How about the helicopter dick coaching style of Doug Pederson in this Super Bowl? I have been for a long time arguing that coaches make poor decisions when it comes to how they actually apply their logic. And it's amazing to me, as a great example, in the college football playoff. We had an unbelievable first half from Oklahoma that ended much like the first half of the Super Bowl did. And then what happened in the second half? Lincoln Riley had a chance to continue to go balls to the wall coaching style. And instead, he got conservative. He got nervous. As the game went on and the game got closer, he clinched up, he turtled, he didn't continue to call the game as aggressively as he did before. That was a poor decision. Because the analogy that I've made for a couple of years, and you guys have been hearing this if you've heard me say it before, you don't beat great teams, and you certainly don't beat dynastic teams by waiting for them to make mistakes. That's not the way you win championships. You win championships by going right toe-to-toe with the champ and beating him. And I loved the fourth down call with 5:39 remaining in the game with the Patriots with a 1-point lead when Doug Pederson had an opportunity. Fourth down, he could either punt the ball and hope that he got it back with the game still in reach, or he could go for it and understand that he would have then trusted the best part of his team on that day, the offense, to make a play. The New England Patriots never punted. They didn't punt this entire game. And Doug Pederson had a choice to make. He could make the typical choice that just about every coach has made throughout time and punted and tried to pin Tom Brady and the Patriots deep. And you know what would have happened then? The Patriots would have, I think, driven the length of the field and scored a touchdown to go up 8 points. And then with all the pressure on him and with the Patriots able to sag back and only have to worry about giving up a touchdown, they would have, I think, gotten the ball back and maybe even won by double digits. I think that's what likely would have happened in the last 5 minutes of that game. Instead, they went for it. They got the first down. They went down and they scored. They got a huge play on the Tom Brady turnover, which no one foresaw happening. And as a result, Doug Pederson and Nick Foles became Super Bowl champions. Now, I said this before the game started. I said if the Patriots had won this game, there isn't very much to talk about. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are awesome, and they would just be more awesome because then they would have 6 titles instead of 5. They'd be 6-2 instead of 5-3. Instead, Nick Foles and Doug Pederson became legendary because when you win a Super Bowl on some level, you become legendary. At 29 years old for Nick Foles, at 50 for Doug Pederson, they are now made men in the NFL. I think that Nick Foles, I watched that game and all I could think as I was watching it was, why hasn't Marcus Mariota been running this offense that Nick Foles is running right now for his entire NFL career? The run, pass option plays, the basically perpetual play action. You either hand it off or you make a quick throw in the 10-yard vicinity, by and large. Mariota is perfect for this system. I hope that the new coach can run it. LaFleur, I hope he can run it for him. I watched this game saying to myself, my God, how in the world has Marcus Mariota not been running this offense the whole time? I really genuinely wonder what would have happened if Chip Kelly had been able to be paired with Marcus Mariota, because I think Mariota has the potential to still be a superstar, a Hall of Famer, what I've seen in 3 years. I have zero doubt about it. So, as good as Nick Foles was, I loved everything about it. Congratulations to the city of Philadelphia. I went to school on the East Coast in Nashville. I spent some time in Philadelphia. I knew a lot of guys and girls from the Philly area. I know how big of Eagles fans they were, that whole community was. Kind of put into perspective of what the Eagles have had to deal with. The Eagles are champs now. They're no longer the losers of Pennsylvania. The Steelers with 6 titles. The Eagles prior to last night had none. East Coast losers, D.C., Baltimore, New York City, and Boston. Every city 3, 2, 5, and 5. There were a lot of titles. And the NFC East losers, the Cowboys with 5, the Giants with 4, and the Redskins with 3. Finally, the Eagles, at long last, have got a championship. I thought Brady was scintillating. I thought he was stellar. I don't think that he did anything wrong. I think he was as good as he could possibly be. 505 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. The Pats put up 613 yards of offense against one of the best defenses in the NFL. Meanwhile, the Eagles put up 538 yards passing. the most yards ever put up combined in the history of the NFL, not just in the Super Bowl, in the history of the NFL.